Welcome into another Call of Duty video. Today, I want to talk about Techspot's Black Ops 7 article that gives player numbers and sales numbers across the past year. Then, I'm going to compare that against the average Steam player numbers for the past year. And in the end, I'm going to show you that I was right back on June 28th, 2025, when I posted this video. I accurately predicted what the Call of Duty player base was for May 2025, with just a little math. As always, if you like content like this, please hit that like and subscribe button. That way, you'll be kept in the loop on all things Colorful Pooch. Let's do some math. Techspot's article, which I'll link in the video description, is titled Black Ops 7 Markedly Underperforms as Sales and Player Count Tumble. This article offers a quick look at the Call of Duty player numbers month to month and year to year. They've got this nice graph showing the Steam sales records and the corresponding game launch. As you can see, Modern Warfare 2022 had the highest Steam sales, and Modern Warfare 2023 and Black Ops 7 barely register peaks in their launch windows. Black Ops 6 did show some interest by Steam players, as a notable peak was observed during the launch window, though not as high as Modern Warfare 2022. But this could be because of Black Ops 6 being available on Game Pass. So, that graph is all fun and dandy, but what I really like is the daily active player base graph below it. This graph gives us the player base estimate for the past year, December 2024 through November 2025. This is great data. Now, I want to compare this data against the average Steam player numbers for Call of Duty to see the percent of the player base Steam accounted for. I grabbed all that data off of Steam charts and popped it into Google Sheets. And voila, we can do the math. The first column is total players, which is the total player base at that point in time. This column comes from the Techspot article. The second column is the Steam average player numbers, which of course is from Steam charts. And the last column is the Steam percent of the total player base, which is a computed column that takes the Steam average player number and divides it by total players. This way, we can see the percent that Steam makes up of the total player base. If we can accurately calculate this percentage, we will always know what the Call of Duty player numbers are. So, here's the math. We can see that the Steam percent varies from 0.19% to 0.27%. Now, let's get rid of the variability and average the last 12 months. We can see that the average Steam percent for the last year is 0.23%. This is a solid percent we can use going forward because it is based on 12 months of data. So the average Steam player numbers for the last 30 days at the time of recording is 50,540 players. If we divide that number by 0.23%, then I deduce the Call of Duty player base at the time of recording is 22,385,000. When I recorded this video, the free week was in play, December 16th through December 22nd. So the average player base was elevated from that, and I'm guessing December 2025 will be elevated overall because of that as well. The last thing I wanted to point out about all this, and I don't like gloating, but I was right back in June 2025. I did some math back then, and I deduced the Steam percent of the player base was around 0.22%. But the Black Ops 16% is now 0.22% of the player base. That's incredibly close to the actual 12-month average of 0.23%, isn't it? I then predicted the May 2025 player base number to be 23 million at the low end. But using the May 2025 Steam average players, we can assume that the COD player base in May 2025 is somewhere between 23 million and 27.7 million players. And lo and behold, according to the Techspot article, it was 24 million in May 2025. Pretty cool, right? So, if you ever want to know the Call of Duty player base number in total, just take the average Steam players for the month and divide it by 0.23%, and you will be in the ballpark of what the player base actually is. This should help in discussions and arguments about the player base total, and is actually based on data and math. So, what do you guys think? Does the math check out? Does the player base number even really matter to us casuals? Probably not. But it is fun to do some math with the numbers that are available to make better, more educated guesses. That way, we can dispel the myths peddled by the numerous Call of Duty rage baiters out there, with facts and reason, something they don't seem to care much about.